Have you ever taken your car to the shop for a small service, only to walk out with a huge bill? You're not alone. Many mechanics take advantage of drivers who don't know the details about their own vehicles. In today's video, I'll reveal the 13 most common mechanic scams that almost every driver has fallen for at least once. Stay tuned until the end, because the last few scams are the most expensive, and avoiding them will literally save you hundreds of dollars. And if you find this helpful, make sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a like so you don't miss out on future tips. 1. Scam. Unnecessary oil changes. One of the oldest tricks in the book is pushing oil changes way too frequently. Some shops will tell you to replace your oil every 3,000 miles, but modern synthetic oils can last up to 10,000 miles, depending on your vehicle and manufacturer's recommendation. That means you're paying for 2 or 3 extra oil changes you don't actually need. Always trust your owner's manual, not the mechanic trying to pad the bill. 2. Scam. Brake pad fear tactics. Another classic scam is the brake pad panic. A mechanic might say, "Your brakes are dangerously worn. You need to replace them right now." Here's the truth. Brake pads are measured by thickness. If they're still 50% good, you don't need to replace them yet. Scaring drivers into unnecessary brake jobs is a common moneymaker. So stay calm, ask for the actual measurement, and don't let fear pressure you into spending. 3. Scam. Engine cleaning services. You may have heard this one. Your engine is too dirty. We need to perform a special cleaning. Sounds good, right? In reality, most of the time it's unnecessary. Unless you have a major oil leak, cleaning the engine with harsh chemicals can actually damage seals, sensors, and wiring. A little dirt on the engine doesn't hurt anything, but it does help the shop charge you for extra labor you don't need. 4. Scam. Air filter replacement every visit. The air filter is important, but some shops will try to change it every time you visit. They'll hold it up, tap it a little, and say, "Look how dirty this is." In reality, most filters last much longer, and your manufacturer clearly lists when it should be replaced. If you want to be sure, ask to see it yourself. Don't let a slightly dusty filter cost you money you don't need to spend. Midway call to action. As you can see, even the simplest car services can turn into scams if you're not careful. And this is just the beginning. In the next part of this video, I'll share some of the most sneaky and expensive tricks mechanics use every single day. So don't go anywhere, and if you haven't already, hit subscribe so you don't miss the rest of this list. Number 5. Scam. Transmission flush overkill. One of the most profitable scams is the so-called transmission flush. Some mechanics will insist you need one every 30,000 miles or less. The truth is, most modern transmissions don't need a flush nearly that often. Sometimes not at all. What you do need is a proper fluid change at the interval your manufacturer recommends. A full flush not only costs more, but in some cases it can actually damage older transmissions. Always double-check the service manual before saying yes.
Another common trick, convincing you that your car battery is on its last leg when it's actually fine. They might use a tester in front of you and say, "Look, it's weak." But sometimes they're using the wrong settings or simply exaggerating. Car batteries usually last 3 to 5 years. If your battery is within that range and you're not having trouble starting your car, don't rush into replacing it just because the mechanic says so. Ask for a second opinion if you're not sure. Cabin air filter swaps. Here's a sneaky one, the cabin air filter. It keeps the air inside your car clean, but it doesn't need to be changed every visit. Some shops will swap it out constantly because it's quick, easy, and profitable. In reality, most cabin filters only need replacement every 12,000 to 15,000 miles. Before you pay for a new one, take a look yourself. If it doesn't look clogged with dust and debris, you can probably keep using it. Coolant flushes you don't need. Coolant keeps your engine from overheating, but many mechanics recommend unnecessary coolant flushes. They'll tell you it needs to be done every year. In truth, many cars only require new coolant every 5 years or even longer, depending on the type of antifreeze. Paying for yearly flushes is just money down the drain. Again, check your owner's manual, not the upsell. Shady diagnostic fees. Sometimes, just to figure out what's wrong with your car, a shop will charge a sky-high diagnostic fee. Now, some diagnostic costs are fair. Mechanics' time and tools aren't free. But if they're charging hundreds of dollars just to look at your car, that's a red flag. Many reputable shops apply the diagnostic fee toward the repair if you choose to fix the issue with them. If they don't, consider taking your car elsewhere. Those last few scams can quickly add up, and I don't want you wasting money on things your car doesn't actually need. But we're not done yet. The final part of this video covers some of the most dangerous scams of all, the ones that could cost you thousands. So stick around, and if you haven't already, smash that like button and subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. 10. Scam. Alignment every visit. Ever noticed how some shops recommend a wheel alignment almost every time you come in? Sure, alignments are important. If your car pulls to one side, your tires wear unevenly, or you've hit a big pothole. But if your car is driving straight and your tires look fine, you probably don't need an alignment. Shops push this because it's a high-profit, low-effort service. Don't fall for it unless there are real symptoms. 11. Scam. Spark plug replacement too soon. Some mechanics will tell you your spark plugs need changing every year. That might have been true decades ago, but not today. Modern spark plugs often last 60,000 to 100,000 miles. Replacing them too early just burns your cash. Always check your car's recommended interval before agreeing to this service. 12. Scam. Suspension and shock scares. One of the pricier scams involves shocks and struts. A mechanic might say, "Your suspension is shot, it's unsafe to drive." Yes, suspension parts do wear out, but they last tens of thousands of miles. Unless you notice bouncing, uneven tire wear, or clunky noises, you probably don't need replacements yet. Don't let scare tactics trick you into a $1,000 repair. 13. Scam. The fake emergency list. And finally, one of the worst scams. The long, urgent repair list. You go in for a small problem, and suddenly the mechanic says, "These 6 things need to be fixed immediately, or your car isn't safe." Sometimes, one item is real, but the rest are inflated or unnecessary. This pressure tactic works because drivers don't want to risk safety. The solution? Always ask for proof, measurements, photos, or even a second opinion from another shop. A good mechanic won't be offended if you double-check. So, there you have it. 13 mechanic scams almost everyone falls for. The next time you take your car in, you'll know exactly what to look out for, and you won't get fooled into paying for things you don't need. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button, subscribe for more smart car tips, and share this